Welcome WCHS. It's Daniel Blankenship back at it again with WCTV. This week we will be looking at a number of things from how to stay healthy during the winter to asking teachers why they teach. We'll be back after this.
I'm Caitlin Seeley.
This is Daniel Blankenship.
This is Curtis here.
It's Jake Lar here.
This is Kyle Ching.
Tyler Nelson here.
Yes, I'm Antonio Calles.
There are so many activities this time of year. The start of the second semester, winter sports heading into the postseason, and Winterfest is just around the corner. It can be challenging to stay healthy with all the people that you will be around. It's flu season, and it's especially hard to stay healthy. If you want to stay healthy for all your activities, you have to take precautions. Don't worry, Curtis has got you covered on all things on how to stay healthy during this flu season.
Hey WCHS, it's Curtis here. With winter around, many students have been getting sick. So we decided to ask some of the students for their advice on how to stay healthy throughout the winter months.
I stay healthy by drinking water and eating good foods like salad.
The way I stay healthy is I exercise daily.
If you bundle up and weather like today would be a good day to get back outside and get some of the exercise. So I run steps inside, I run the hallways, find a place where it's warm that I can continue my conditioning for my health. And I continue to lift weights, and of course a big part of that is nutrition and planning and preparing your meals on a regular basis, making sure you eat a good breakfast and then a small lunch and then a nutritional evening meal with a good healthy snack in between the meals through the course of the day is how I maintain my fitness throughout the course of the winter months.
I stay healthy during the winter because I like to bundle myself up so if it's cold I can stay warm. I often try to eat the healthier kind of foods. I try and stay up on water.
I like to stay healthy during the winter months, primarily obviously dress appropriately when I go outside, having the right clothing on, eating properly, making sure I get enough nutrition to keep the body healthy, keep the body running. Plenty of sleep, plenty of rest. So again, so you can have your body is able to ward off the infections and the viruses that come during the wintertime.
And remember, dressing warm in the cold weather is very important. This has been Curtis Hutum reporting for WCTV.
Those were some great tips, Curtis. Just remember to stick with them and keep your eyes peeled for symptoms of the flu. Even though it's flu season and everyone's getting sick, the teachers are still here. They stick with us even when they might not feel the best. While students may not know what they want to do in the future, teachers help us discover what we want to do. Through thick and thin, teachers are still here. So I have to ask, why teach?
Hey WCHS, it's Kyle Ching here. There are many talented faculty members here at WCHS, so we decided to ask them what keeps them going.
Originally I wasn't going to be a teacher, and then when I got to college I realized that I really wanted to try and make a difference in people's lives, and that teaching seemed to be the way to do that. And I had a strong passion for history, and I thought if I could make that exciting, maybe that would make students be more engaged with the subject. Switching careers, there's definitely rough days, but you have to remember at the end of the day that it's just a day and that tomorrow's a new one. Teaching's really a long-term game. There are those moments where you see the light bulb go off, is what every teacher talks about, but it's more after a couple years when those students come back and they say I'm doing okay and you did make a difference in my life and that things are going really well for me.
Two of my music teachers. One of them was Liz. She was my flute teacher. I started studying with her when I was a 7th grader and nearly quit band. She's the reason that I stuck with it. And 16, 17 years later, we still keep in touch and we still visit each other. And Mr. Netzel, my high school band director, who was awesome. He had a good 300-400 students, and he knew each of us really well and knew when we were having a bad day and just really cared about us. I wish that I had settled on music sooner. I started out as a chemistry major because I thought that science would be a little bit more of a better paying career, and I just wish that I hadn't lost that year as a science major and had just settled on music ed and stuck with it from the beginning. Because I love music, and when science got tough and started stressing me out, I kind of didn't want anything to do with it anymore, but music, I have such a strong passion for it that it doesn't matter what's going on with it, how much stress there is, I will still come back to it and still love it and enjoy it.
every teacher we asked was passionate about what they do. Even if you aren't planning on becoming a teacher, always be passionate about what you do. This has been Kyle Ching reporting for WCTV.
It's cool to hear that teachers are passionate about what they do for our generation, and I love hearing stories on why they decided to become a teacher. It's always inspiring to hear how teachers love to teach. Instead of focusing on my opinion, Jake asked the student body theirs. Through a Twitter poll and a bunch of interviews with students, Jake asked, why should teachers get paid more, and why?
Hey there, WCHS, it's Jake. Last week, Caitlin tweeted out a poll asking all WCHS students and staff to vote on a question that many of us should have an opinion on. Do you believe educators should get an even larger salary? 117 of you voted, but before we can find out what the result was, let's see what some of you were thinking.
I think teachers should get paid more because they help us prepare for our future.
I think they should because they help us prepare our careers and find our strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah. I think that they should because there's a lot of outside of the school day hours work that they do. A lot of teachers come in before school and after school and they do a lot of extra work with students, and I think that that's really often underappreciated.
The results of the poll were 78% of you voted that educators should be given the larger salary, and 22% of you voted that they should not. What do you think? Until next time, this has been Jake Lahr with your WCHS poll.
I'd have to agree with the majority. If you want a chance to vote in the next poll, keep up to date with the hashtag WCTVPolls19 on Twitter. Not only should you keep up to date on that, but on our WCHS activities as well. Jake?
What's happening, WCHS? It's Jake here with what's happening this week. On Tuesday, there's a girl basketball game in Iowa Falls. On Wednesday, it's the Iowa Lakes CC Show Choir Competition. On Friday, another Aways girls basketball game will be at Clarion Goldfield Dows. Ending off the week, on Saturday, there is a wrestling meet at Rolling Story and a girls basketball game in Gilbert. This has been Jake with your What's Happening for this week.
Thanks, Jake. Well, that wraps up this show. Don't forget to tune in next week. This will be my last show as the anchor, so I'll see you in the field next week. This has been Daniel Blankenship reporting for WCTV.